Hello everyone, my name is Travis. I'm the herpetology curator here at the Virginia Living Museum. And if you just tuned in and saw our little spotted turtle buddy, he's, looks like he knows what's going on. So we'll be doing a feeding for our baby spotted turtle who has, he hatched out back in September of last year. And so he's still new to the world, still kind of exploring and coming into his own, but we like to make sure that we're going to be giving him a nice well-rounded diet, make sure he starts off on the right foot, gets nice and big, because he's part of our SSP, or Species Survival Program. And what that means is that he's a species that is of special concern, especially in zoo and aquarium communities, because their populations in the wild are not doing so great. And here in Virginia, they're not listed as threatened or endangered, but they are a federal species of concern. And the reason that they're not listed yet is really because we don't know enough about their population in the wild to really make that determination. Because, a few people might see them around the swamps and blackwater areas of First Landing or Dismal Swamp, things like that. But, we really don't know how their population is doing, and they are susceptible to things like habitat destruction, and a lot of roadside mortalities kind of happen to these guys because, they end up crossing the roads, especially in those low-lying areas where the busy high traffic areas tend to run through. So but because this species is, we're already taking notice of the population in the wild for this species. So what we do here in the museum is we have our two female spotted turtles and our male spotted turtle. They're currently actively copulating and laying eggs. So we actually have a couple of new egg lay episodes from our female where they laid a few eggs in the dirt that you saw a little bit earlier. So what we'll do is when we know that they're gravid and we take x-rays of them, we'll pull them into this tub, and they may lay, they'll climb up here on the dirt and find the perfect area where it's nice and warm and gets plenty of heat, and then they'll lay either upwards of 3 to 4 eggs. Yeah, we have a question already?
Yeah, Jennifer would like to know what his name is.
Oh, his name. This is kind of a hotly debated topic right now amongst keepers, so it really depends on who you ask. I just kind of like calling him Baby, because I think that's, I'm just very straightforward like that. I'm not quite as creative as some of the other keepers, but yeah, depending on who you ask, we haven't quite settled on a good one yet. But right now he's either Baby or Munchkin. Yeah, we got another question?
Yes, Callie H5 asks, can you keep this kind of turtle as a pet?
That's a really good question. So in Virginia, it's actually, they really don't want people taking animals like this out of the wild because, again, their population is not doing so great in the wild. And, they want to make sure that, if it can be in the wild, it should stay there. And so it's actually a protected species. And, if you happen to pick up one of these guys and try to keep it as a pet, you could get a pretty hefty fine. And again, it's just not a good idea to do because these are a smaller species of turtle, sure. And of course, they are very cool and very amazing to look at. But my philosophy is if it can be in the wild, it should definitely stay there because they'd just be so much happier in the wild. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put some food in front of this guy and see if he will want to eat for us. Although as I say that, he of course ducks under his little log here. Oh yeah, we got another question?
We don't have a question, but we have a name suggestion from
Angela.
Her 11-year-old thinks the perfect name for him should be Spot.
Oh, Spot. That is a really good name.
We also had the idea of Freckles, I think, among the staff because of his spots.
Oh, buddy. Here you go. There he goes. So what I'm feeding him today is one of his favorite things to eat, which is just some nice wiggly crickets for him. And we supplement these crickets with a special vitamin and mineral supplement so that we make sure that he gets all the nutrition that he needs, especially growing up. Yeah, we got a question?
Yes, Adriana, age 10, would like to know if he feels unsafe without his mom. His or her mom.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, that's a great question because some animals do have paternal care. Turtles are not one of those species. So turtles do not have any sort of care for the young when they start out. So they lay the eggs and then make the best that they can do is just they try to hide the nest as best they can and to make it very hard for predators to detect. And then they leave it there for 40 to 60 days, and the hatchlings come out already ready to start on their own in the world. Yeah, we got another question?
Yes, Gabe wants to know how big do they get, and then we have an interesting comment from James saying it looks like a galaxy on his back.
Ooh, I like that comment. I wholeheartedly agree. So this is one of the smaller species of turtle that we have here in Virginia. They really don't get very big at all. 5 inches is their maximum, about their maximum shell length. So when this guy, it doesn't take very long for them to reach that size. It'll probably only take a couple of years or a year or two for them to reach 5 inches shell length, and then they kind of slow down very much and past that point, and then they just kind of they just kind of keep eating and keep doing their thing. And they're a fairly short-lived species as well, only 20 to 30 years on average. But again, their population is, we just don't know a whole lot about it in the wild. So, that's why they are a species of concern.
We just had a question from Mackenzie. I guess you came in late. What kind of turtle is this?
Oh, this is a spotted turtle, and it's one of the smallest species we have here in Virginia. They inhabit freshwater, coastal areas, and occupy like those dark water swamps, like the Dismal Swamp or the Cypress Swamps over at First Landing and areas like that. And they prey primarily on invertebrates in those areas, like snails, crayfish, and worms, and things of that nature. So they usually go for the smaller prey. All excellent questions. Yeah, and they are a species that not only do they have issues when it comes to habitat destruction in certain areas, because that's one of the biggest threats facing them right now, but because they're so small, they also get preyed upon by quite a lot of different things, including much larger snapping turtles. Raccoons and foxes are a big predator of theirs, especially the nests. When it comes to foxes, they're able to sniff out the nests and dig them up. And this species, because they're so small, they really don't lay all that many eggs. A normal female can lay 3 to 4 eggs, sometimes multiple times in a season, but beyond that, that's about it. And sometimes it can only be 1 or 2 eggs. Just depends on the female. Yeah, we got another question?
Well, yeah, Callie asks how many eggs does a turtle lay at one time? And I know you just answered about this turtle, but I guess a general turtle, like our sliders.
Oh, yeah, comparatively. So whereas this turtle will lay 3 to 4, and there's a good reason for that, because if you see the size of the eggs and the size of a female, there's really not that much room for them to hold that many eggs. But if you think about a red-eared slider, which is one of the more common ones people think about in swamps and lakes and things like that, that can be anywhere from 20 to 30 eggs.
Does he have any siblings?
Any siblings? Not yet. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we've got hopefully some brothers and sisters for him on the way. We just had our female lay some eggs just the other week, and they're currently incubating right now. So we're hoping in 40 to 60 days that we'll start seeing a couple of young spotted turtles come out. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I think that's about as much as we feed this guy. Again, he's still small, doesn't need a lot of food, but we do feed him about every day and just make sure he's getting the right nutrition. But I'd like to thank everyone for joining us and continuing to watch our live feeds. And I ask that, please go on our website, thevlm.org, and keep up to date with all the stuff going on with our natural learning on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to check out our emergency fund donation, we're asking anybody who wants to make a donation to please do so to kind of these are rough times for everyone, we know, but every little bit helps for sure, and it'll certainly help us keep doing what we're doing. So and join us tomorrow at 11 for another Facebook live feed. So thank you all so much. Hope you have a good day.